The Toronto Argonauts are 3.5-point home favorites over the Ottawa Redblacks on Saturday afternoon as the Boatmen look to clinch second place in the East Division. Drew Brown appears primed to return to the starting lineup after missing 2 games due to an ankle injury as he'll look to get Ottawa out of their current funk. Meanwhile, it looks like Kadeem Carey should play for the Argos after getting nicked up against the Blue Bombers last week. Will Toronto clinch second in the East Division, or will Ottawa spoil the party?
It's going to be the Argos playing at home in the East semifinal here. I just don't see a way out for Ottawa right now. That team is too banged up. Getting Drew Brown back is going to help a little bit, but that's not the source of their problems right now. They go far deeper than that. And I think the Toronto Argonauts are peaking at the right time. Chad Kelly is playing excellent football. That run game is hard to defend against, especially if you've got a weak linebacking core like the Ottawa Redblacks do right now without pieces like a Darius Pickett in the lineup. And I think the Argos are going to run away with this one. I think they will put a decisive stamp on second in the East, and they'll be hot going into the playoffs.
Well, there is some good news for Ottawa on the injury front in this one. Jovan Santos-Knox was a full participant in practice on Wednesday coming off a knee injury. Bryce Carter, who they've missed sorely, was limited. Justin Hardy, their top receiver, who didn't play last week, was limited. Devontae Dedman was limited. So we'll see what this roster looks like come game day. But I'm with you, JC. At the end of the day, I think Drew Brown adds something to that offense. I think Jeremiah Masoli showed, unfortunately, he's an easy guy to cheer for, but I think his best days are very clearly behind him. He struggled with decision making. He did not have a lot on some of those long throws, which I thought led to some of those easy interceptions that we saw opposing teams get over the club's last 2 losses. So I am all on the Toronto Argonauts on this one. I think the Argonauts are actually the best team in the East Division right now, period. And that's even including the Montreal Alouettes, who have not been as impressive the second half of the season. I mean, if you can go into Winnipeg and win by a field goal, then you can certainly beat Ottawa by at least 4 points at home. So I'm happy to take the Argonauts here. I would be happy to take the Argonauts even if this line moved to -5, -6. A touchdown, I'd have to think about it, but at -3.5, I'm very comfortable eating those points. I think that the Argonauts are going to take this, and I think they're going to host the East semifinal.